Envision an individual who possesses the grace of a lone wolf while navigating the world and is unmatched in their capacity to connect with others' emotions, the Sigma Empath. Now think about the mysterious dance that starts to happen when people like that end up in the dark corners of neglect. In solitude, their empathetic strings hum. A symphony of responses arises in these seemingly isolated moments. These are the 8 behaviors that Sigma Empaths exhibit when others disregard them. 8. Making the decision to let go of the past and move on rather than clinging to bad memories. When one feels forgotten or misunderstood, the concept of forgiveness seems like a powerful and transforming act. To break free from the bonds of bitterness, these people frequently choose for the forgiveness route. The Sigma Empath views forgiveness as a deliberate and purposeful choice to let go of the emotional weight that comes with feelings of abandonment rather than as a sign of weakness. It's an acceptance of the fact that oneself and everyone else are fallible human beings. Forgiveness becomes an effective tool for personal development and self-healing in complex interpersonal relationships. According to the language of the Sigma Empath, via forgiving, they free themselves from emotional bonds that could otherwise impede their road to self-realization and fulfillment. It's an acknowledgement that clinging to grudges can weigh more than the initial pain. Furthermore, the Sigma Empath provides forgiveness as a means of facilitating a happier and more emotionally free life. 7. Making the decision to interact with those that share their vibe. Selective engagement is the Sigma Empath response to perceived neglect. It emerges as a deliberate and considerate attitude to social relationships, particularly when many around them disregard them. They know where to focus their emotional energy when they feel unappreciated. Selective engagement entails making the deliberate choice to focus on connections and exchanges that match the degree of understanding and connection that characterizes Sigma Empaths. The Sigma Empath strikes a delicate balance between their desire for self-preservation and their empathetic impulses by taking a stance of selective involvement. They give priority to relationships that resonate with honesty and mutual understanding, instead than sprinkling themselves thin across the multitude of surface-level ties. This deliberate approach fosters an atmosphere of emotional sustenance rather than depletion by enabling the Sigma Empath to develop meaningful connections where their empathetic skills can be valued and reciprocated. As for them, selecting carefully who they engage with turns into a calculated way for these people to use their emotional capital, making sure that their special empathy finds resonance in the connections that really count. 6. Building emotional fortitude to manage thoughts of abandonment. When faced with apparent alienation or apathy, emotional stability serves as a potent defense, allowing Sigma Empaths to overcome emotional setbacks with resilience. It entails adjusting to misfortune, negotiating the nuances of interpersonal relationships, and preserving a steady emotional core in the face of adversity. Creating emotional resilience is like creating a strong foundation inside of a Sigma Empath. It entails accepting the ups and downs of emotions, realizing that times of neglect or alienation are transitory, and realizing that they have the inner fortitude to endure such hardships. Because of their resilience, they are able to see setbacks as chances for personal development, which fosters a mindset that thrives on challenges as opposed to crumbling under the weight of perceived neglect. They think that since not everyone will stick around, it's perfectly natural for them to accept abuse and mistreatment from others. Sigma Empaths are able to experience the highs and lows of human connection while staying firm in their dedication to self-discovery and emotional well-being because of their emotional resilience, which acts as a compass. 5. Directing their energies towards their hobbies and passions. The Sigma Empath frequently focuses their energy and attention on their passions, which are a deeply rooted source of comfort when faced with a tangible sense of neglect. Concentrating on passion turns into a revitalizing reaction that enables these people to engage in pursuits that stoke their inner fire. Sigma Empaths find a sanctuary where neglect becomes a spark for creativity and personal fulfillment by directing their emotional energy toward endeavors that speak to their true selves. Passion concentration fulfills 2 purposes for the Sigma Empath. On the one hand, it offers a healthy way to release the strong sentiments that come along with feeling misinterpreted. Conversely, though, it turns into a source of empowerment, enabling individuals to rediscover the essence of what makes them happy and meaningful, be it creative expression, academic aspirations, or other meaningful efforts. The passion that Sigma empaths pursue becomes a potent tool for self-renewal. It protects them from the psychological burden of abandonment and propels them on a path of self-realization, reaffirming the notion that following one's interests may be a transforming and essential force in the complicated world of interpersonal relationships. 4. Working on removing your emotions from the circumstance. When an empath who is Sigma feels neglected, they react to it by being detached instead than giving in to the emotional upheaval that can come with it. Sigma empaths take on a deliberate, detached demeanor. This entails purposefully removing oneself from the situation on an emotional level in order to have a more detached viewpoint. Instead of being an indication of apathy, detachment is a decision made to safeguard one's mental health and sense of autonomy. Detachment becomes an important technique for the Sigma empath because it allows them to free mental and emotional space, which facilitates meditation and a better awareness of their own feelings. Sigma empaths are able to evaluate circumstances objectively and make decisions based on reason rather than just the intensity of the moment by removing themselves from the immediate emotional stimulation. Essentially, retaining emotional distance becomes a coping mechanism that lets Sigma empaths negotiate the intricacies of interpersonal relationships without being overtaken by the ups and downs of other people's feelings. 3. Making the most of the circumstance as a chance for personal development. Being neglected presents the Sigma empath with a critical opportunity for in-depth introspection and personal development. Acquiring knowledge from experience involves more than just accepting one's surroundings. It involves actively interacting with the lessons that arise from the intricate realities of life. When faced with perceived neglect, Sigma empaths take advantage of the chance to explore the nuances of their emotional reactions, identify trends, and learn important lessons about the dynamics of connection. Gaining knowledge from past experiences requires a dedication to self-awareness. These times of neglect serve as mirrors for Sigma empaths, reflecting back to them various facets of their own personalities and interpersonal interactions. It turns into a process of figuring out the subtleties of their own emotional terrain and what causes them to feel alone. Through this introspective process, Sigma empaths have an increased awareness of the complexity of the social cycle, honing their empathetic skills and improving the way they approach relationships. Gaining knowledge from experience turns into a life-changing endeavor that helps Sigma empaths comprehend the world and themselves better, which strengthens their resilience and develops their empathy. 2. They might watch other people from a distance without interacting with them. When a Sigma empath experiences the unsettling feeling of being ignored, they frequently take a cool, collected approach, opting to watch instead of intervene right away. A great awareness of the dynamics of their environment, a keen sense of subtle clues, and a deliberate attempt to decipher the subtle undertones of human interaction are characteristics of this act of observation. A versatile tool for the Sigma empath is observation. It gives individuals a better grasp of the social environment by enabling them to acquire insightful knowledge about the intentions and actions of others. Sigma empaths may sense every energy in their immediate surroundings by paying close attention. Through this deliberate observation, they are able to comprehend the situation more clearly. It enables individuals to react to perceived neglect and handle their emotions with elegance. Despite their internal suffering, Sigma empaths learn to use the skill of observation as a tactical tool to negotiate the complexities of interpersonal relationships and develop a better awareness of both themselves and those around them. 1. They might withdraw and take some alone time to refuel. Sigma empaths frequently retire into solitary spaces, using this strategy as a way to replenish and preserve themselves. By making the deliberate decision to turn away from outside stimuli, these people are able to refocus and refuel emotionally. Retraction from the Sigma empath is a deliberate action to protect their emotional health rather than a cowardly retreat into solitude. It gives individuals the freedom to move freely through the maze-like passageways of their emotions and ideas. Sigma empaths use self-soothing activities during this time of seclusion, such as creative pursuits, meditation, or just spending time introspecting for themselves. In fact, withdrawal turns into a deliberate retreat that helps Sigma empaths reframe social situations and regain emotional stability. We see a moving story of perseverance and reflection as the curtain closes on the intricate performance of the Sigma empath. In the face of neglect, these people find strength in their distinct combination of autonomous spirit and empathetic connection, which they achieve through isolation and seclusion. Ever the enigma, the Sigma empath uses quiet times to grow, learn more about themselves, and gain a better comprehension of the delicate balance they uphold. What mysteries await us now within the Sigma empath, and what tales of the human condition do their silent dances reveal?